The once powerful Byzantine Empire was being attacked by the Seljuk Turks and lost lots of land due to that. So the empire needed help to reconquer his lost territories, so he asked the Pope for help. During that time, there were conflicts happening inside the Catholic Church. The Pope, Urban II, had been kicked out of Rome by the whole Roman Empire, which had elected a new pope whose authority was a threat to Urban. And so, the empire's request was a perfect opportunity for Urban, because it enabled him to unite the whole of Christendom under one cause, to reconquer Jerusalem. And that he did. During the Council of Clermont that happened in the year 1095, Urban gathered the most important people of the Christian world and proposed the First Crusade. It was decided that the crusade was going to start on the year 1096. However, that year wasn't close enough for some people. One of them was Peter the Hermit, who gathered a force of 4,000 manured and unprepared peasants, and he headed to Jerusalem 1 year before the date decided during the Council of Clermont. That was the start of the People's Crusade. During their travel to Jerusalem, thirst, hunger, and greed struck Peter's cause. They pillaged and sacked villages during their way, killing thousands of innocent people and stealing food and other resources. Not only that, but they also killed every Jew they encountered, stealing their goods and their belongings. Because of that, they were disliked by the Byzantine governors, who attacked the People's Crusades to defend their lands. After quite some time, the Crusaders finally reached Constantinople, where they were fed and sent to fight the Turks. After that, the Crusaders kept pillaging and sacking the villages under Turk control. During that time, the Crusaders had split into two different contingents, each one doing its own thing. Then, one of those contingents tried to attack Turkish provincial capital and failed miserable, which led to more sacking and pillage. After that, the now overly confident Crusaders were ambushed by the Turks, who were properly trained and supplied, and so decimated the Crusaders, leaving only 30,000 of the 40,000 Crusaders alive. And that was the end of the People's Crusade. The official crusade, also called the Prince's Crusade, had already departed and were heading to Constantinople. Unlike most people think, the Prince's Crusade wasn't in fact a cohesive and united force, but was actually made up of a variety of people from all over Europe. Because of that, the nobles that led the official crusade had agreed on meeting up at Constantinople and heading together to Jerusalem. One after another, they arrived, bringing their armies with them. The first arrive was Hugh of Vermandois, that arrived by sea. Then Godofredo de Bonloux arrived, representing the Germans. The third to arrive was Bohemond of Taranto. The fourth to arrive was Raymond of Toulouse, who had the largest army. After they all met up, they were greeted by the Byzantine Empire, Alexios I Comnenus, who made the princes swear an oath that all the lands captured by them would be given to the Byzantine Empire, an oath that the princes wouldn't follow in the future. Then, they finally exited Constantinople and started the journey to Jerusalem. The start of the journey was strangely calm, as they didn't fight the Turks for some time. That happened because of the People's Crusade, since they failed so badly that the leader of the Seljuk Turks didn't believe the Crusaders were a threat, and so he did not attack them for some time. That calmness ended on the siege of Nika, which was the capital of the Turks, and it was where the family of the Turkish ruler and where their national riches were kept. During that siege, the Crusaders had some skirmishes with the Turks, but there weren't any major battles. After conquest of Nika, the Crusaders' arms split into two, with Bohemond in one half, and the other half being composed of the other princes. The half that was under the control of Bohemond was attacked in the night by the Turks that came running down a hill on top of their horses, while their archers painted the sky black with arrows. It was during those desperate times that one of the most impressive moments of the Crusades happened, as the knights led by Bohemond dismounted their horses and entered a circular shield formation, protecting the civilians that were housed inside the circle for hours, under the constant attack of the Turks and the unending rains of arrows. They stood there, without moving and not breaking the formation, just waiting for the reinforcements to come. And when they came, the exhausted knights remounted their horses and charged the Turks, winning an unwinnable battle. Then the princes continued their journey, capturing many cities and even creating a new kingdom, the Count of Endesa. After a long and harsh journey, the Crusaders finally reached Jerusalem. However, they didn't have the resources nor the manpower to siege the city, as they had done with the other ones. So they decided to attack the city directly, but they couldn't build siege towers or siege engines due to the lack of timber in the area, since the Turks had burned the forest to defend themselves. And then a miracle happened. A Genoese fleet arrived at Jerusalem, which provided the Crusaders with the necessary lumber to build the siege engines. And so they did, turning the wood from the boats into siege towers, catapults, and stairs, which enabled them to at last conquer Jerusalem. However, after its conquest, the Crusaders did something unimaginable. They committed a huge massacre, killing any man, woman, and children they saw. They killed so many people that the chroniclers describe Crusaders walking in rivers of blood deep enough to reach their ankles, and thus the First Crusade ended.